and then see what will happen after that, right? Same with the Labour Party chairman, Abure, a few days ago.
Labour Party members, the obedient movement, for their immense support towards the Labour Party. First, out of their support for the party, we have in our meeting today a governor, we have 35 House of Rep members, and we have 8 distinguished senators and several House of Assembly members spread across the state. Our participation in the 2023 general election, no doubt, changed the political landscape in the country. All these achievements of the Labour Party could not have been achieved were it not for the support of members of the public, the obedient movement, and well-right-thinking Nigerians who genuinely wanted change for the country. I'm indeed very appreciative of their efforts, of their contributions, financial, their moral support, and they are coming out to even vote for the party in the presidential election, which we believe that we won. Irrespective of whatever the tribunal has said, I want to admonish and appeal to our people that we should not be daunted at all. Nelson Mandela, in his book, A Long Walk to Freedom, said, and I quote, that every step we take leads us to our freedom. Today, in the words of Mandela, I tell our people that every step that we take leads us to the taking back our country, to the taking over, to the taking back of Nigeria. Even the judgment itself, that is not even in our favor, is also a step towards reclaiming our country. It's a step towards making Nigeria to work. I'm therefore admonishing all our supporters not to be discouraged at all. We are preparing our papers. We are definitely going to move from here to the Supreme Court. We have protested, and they said, don't protest, go to court. We are in court. All eyes are in the judiciary. For us, as a party, we are going to sustain this momentum. We also call on all our supporters to sustain this momentum, to take over a country and to reposition it for greatness is not an easy task. But I'm happy that we have started, we have put our hands on the plow, and will definitely not look back. I'm therefore admonishing our supporters to remain committed to the party, to remain committed to the movement.
Labour and the rest of that. Also, Akin Oshun Tokun, who happened to be Peter Obi's campaign director or campaign chairman or thereabout, also had this to say concerning the judgment too. Just an add-on as a full backup to that conversation with David, talking about judiciary.
That is not correct. As a matter of fact, the intention to appeal the judgment was made immediately after the session, not even a day after. So that is the case. Now, I don't want to take issues with the judges as such, because many of the things they were saying, were counterfactual. In other words, they say things that is not correct, that is inconsistent with the truth. My view of it all is that we're in a systemic crisis, and we are coming to terms with the implication of Nigeria as a failed state, on which all organs of government, are equally affected by the virus or pathogen of corruption and the lack of discipline and so on. People were raising the issue that our supporters were intimidating the judiciary. First, of course, is that many of those people doing the intimidation had no connection with us. We did not give anybody directive to go and indulge in intimidation of the judiciary. But the more pertinent question is whether the judges themselves of the Court of Appeal, whether they did not deserve to be intimidated, whether there was no reason to question, not to take their integrity or the integrity of their judgment for granted. And of course, I have no more, the evidence or what I'm saying, or the supporting logic was provided by none other than the former President Court of Appeal, whose husband, Senator Adamu Bukachua, told everybody, to the hearing of all Nigerians and the international community, that he was in the habit of influencing the decisions and judgments of his wife, in relation to his colleagues at the Senate chambers. Well, if you could do that, if you can say, if your spouse, there is no greater authentic evidence you can get than a spouse who is saying this is what we do. Right? So who are we to not to take that into cognizance? And if that is the truth, will you take it for granted that the judges so affected in this Court of Appeal take it for granted that, look, they will do what is correct. They will act, without prejudice. Well, unfortunately, their former president, the former president of the Court of Appeal, she just resigned, she just left a few months ago, right? Had given us an indication as to the conduct or the behavior of the court under her. But for that matter, even the president himself did accept that the judiciary is corrupt. From what he said in a statement that, look, do you expect your judges to live in squalor and not be corrupt? So allegations of corruption levied against the judiciary, directly or indirectly, they have very square legs to stand upon. You may question the tactics of President Buhari. When he sent, security forces to barge into the houses of Supreme Court judges some years ago, they uncovered, tons of money, different currencies. So there is no basis for this an unmerited righteous indignation to say that you are angry, as if there is no justification for people taking that position against you. But as I said, more importantly is that the implication of Nigeria as a failed state, as a country that tops the charts of full transparency, international index of corruption, the implication of that is that you don't expect anybody, if a country tops regularly the table of the most corrupt country in the world, why should you not accept?
This is me taking you to Ogun State. The story of 3 friends. According to the historians, 3 good friends decided to go into politics of enslaving their people, and the 3 of them have succeeded. The one in the middle was the first to go. That is OGD, Ogidiomole. I usually call him Benga Bewiri Daniel. He happened to be the former governor of my state. So please, it is very personal to me. In case if you are watching me and you begin to feel like, Mayegun, and he's a great man, no family house, sure you understand. He's a former criminal that ruled my state as a governor. Then, after the one on the left, Irokunle Omamoshi, who conspired against his own kinsman, Oshoba, to bring the one in the middle, with the agreement that the one in the middle will spend 1 term, 4 years, and he will hand over to him. So he would then be governor. Some people said, the one in the blue kaftan, dubious Dapo, who happened to also be one of the oil thieves in Nigeria. So the three of them, they decided that they were going to go and enslave the Ogun State people. And they succeeded. So the first one, Benga Bewiri Daniel, when he came with his own abracadabra with his wife, Yeye Funke, the poor people of Ogun State, they embraced them. They embraced their damnation. Then at the twilight of his own governance, Ibikunle Omo Amoshi, tí à ń pè ní Irokunle Omo Amoshi, decided to wage political war against Bewiri Daniel. It was massive, bloody, and destructive as well. Demolition here, confiscation there, Benga stole money here, and you know what I mean? However, Irokunle Omo Amoshi became governor, succeeded his old friend, Bewiri Daniel. Now, Ogidiomo Ole became politically irrelevant in Ogun State from that moment. It was disgraced. It was hell. Seriously. That was the mission of his old friend, Irokunle Omo Amoshi. Meanwhile, they said at a point, Irokunle Omo Amoshi met with dubious Dapo. Iyen Dapo Abiodun. And the agreement then was, dubious Dapo will sponsor and fund Amoshi's election to some extent. In fact, he bragged at a point that he gave Amoshi $1.5 million for his re-election in 2015, with the promise that Dapo will be senator in 2015. So by 2019, Dapo will be governor and Amoshi will hand over to him. But towards the end of Amoshi's term as well, trailer passed their midst. The two jolly good friends, they became sworn political enemies. Tinubu came in to, they kind of played Amoshi out in APC, and dubious Dapo became the governorship candidate of APC. With the help of the rigging here, the bribery there, and a sprinkle of poverty that has become generational in Ogun State, dubious Dapo became their governor. It didn't take long before they started screaming. Of course, for every of these criminals that has managed to be in charge of Ogun State, in my lifetime, they've all had praise singers, vuvuzelas, born political ushers, political jobbers, who always are willing and ready with a little money to lick the asses of these criminals. When they were done ransacking the state, the people of the state are left in squalor. Poverty is like, if you want to see poverty, go to Ogun State. Somebody sent me a video, and a video of people of Ibadan that were robbing, they were robbing a truck. Removal of subsidy, you haven't been to Ogun State, Abi? Èmi ló kàn. Yoruba ló kàn. I remember coming on this program repeatedly telling you that when they said Èmi ló kàn, you, because you are Yoruba, you are also joining them. Yoruba ló kàn. Yoruba ló kàn. Now, a lot of you will find out that when they said Èmi ló kàn, they are referring to themselves. Their family members. They are not referring to you. When Gbenga Daniel was leaving power, he sold all the government properties at a cheaper price after using government money to renovate them. Gateway hotels, gateway this, gateway that, choice lands, judges' quarters. You know, they had lands. They say, oh, this land though is for judges. This land though is for medical clinical. This land though is for school. Gbenga Daniel sold all of them to his friends at a cheaper price. When Irokunle Omamoshi came in, you know what he did? He decided to start taking them back. All right? Those ones that are landed property, he took them back and he kind of awarded them to himself, his wife, and his own family members, as well as his political loyalists too. That means he took it from Gbenga that stole them, gave them to himself. When it comes to the other investment that are supposed to be earning money for Ogun State, gateway hotels, this and that, Irokunle Omamoshi locked them down. No earning for Ogun State, loss at loss, no repair or maintenance. It was just there wasting away. And some of the other things, Gbenga took government land beside the government house. Because he's governor, he took government land beside government house and he started building the skyscraper hotel. It's going to be the tallest hotel in Abeokuta. And it was a government land. He changed the old documentation, just like Tinubu has been doing in Lagos. All the things Tinubu got away with in Lagos, Gbenga Daniel couldn't get away with all of them. So then Irokunle Omamoshi came, like I said, did exactly what Gbenga Daniel did. All right? And Dubious Dapo came. He is now an emperor too. Evo leva gbao agbani. But surprisingly, it was between Dapo, Dubious Dapo, and what do you call it? An Amoshi, that were having issue politically. We didn't know. Because when Dubious Dapo started sharing, you know, the moment he became governor, all right, it was just like that to Amosun. Waka, fuck off, weary. I am the governor now. So he is now the new emperor who have to give people their source of living, including Gbenga Daniel. They gave him a senatorial ticket to go and represent, guess where? My senatorial district of Ijebu, Ogun East senatorial district, courtesy of just something to revive him. I didn't know that something has happened between them, because when Dubious Dapo came in, some of the properties that Irokunle Omamoshi took from Gbenga Daniel, Dubious Dapo returned them to him. You see that hotel they were building for 8 years, they abandoned it next to the Okemoson Secretariat. A lot of you who live here or who frequent Abeokuta, you will know this building I'm talking about. Gbenga Daniel's building there. Immediately, Dubious Dapo came in 2019. He released the property back to the Daniel. And they started construction on it. I think it's one of those properties released as well in Ijebu, where Gbenga Daniel's wife was building, or she built, in fact, not building, built a shopping mall, 5-story building shopping mall in a very small piece of land. Waiting can't change, because 4 years ago, this was Gbenga Daniel.
They are all united in the fact that what is going on in the state today is not sustainable. And they are all united. I mean, look at all the people who want to be governor, that you are the best person for this job. For the purpose of people looking at me, I want to see that what we are
Here you go. So Benga Daniel is always considered as a don. You know, it's got that horror. Baba, if you live long, your heroes go be villain. Oh. A lot of us who later come to see what Tinubu represents 24 years ago, these guys, we saw them as pro-democracy, like, you know, great men, you know, great men with vision. You know what I mean? You wanted to be like them. You were like, more, look at Benga Daniel, or more. Do you understand? So, but it will be later that people are like, what mumu everybody for long. That is why they don't want to take it anymore. In case if you don't know, that same Benga Daniel threatened to arrest me. For those who know Mayegun very well, before all of you can't know Mayegun now, when it comes to Ogun State politics, I am a walking encyclopedia. There was a time that if I'm sleeping and you want to know something about what is going on in Ogun State, the government, the politics, the parties, the people, areas here and there, if you tap me and ask your question, I'll tell you. Until I decided to kind of widen it to what all of you now know today. I know these guys so well. Until when we realize what they represent, what they stand for. They stand for the further subjugation and impoveration of the people. Every given opportunity, they deserve no respect. Benga Deboye said, until we put a panel, a lot of people that we used to kind of pray for, it was during Oputa panel when they all of them started coming out to come and confess to what they did under Abacha, that the whole Nigeria were shocked. Like, this one animal, this one. Meanwhile, probably if Benga Deboye is alive today, it would be more shock that it may not. I mean, it would have released series of what do you call it? Of bombastic what do you call document and all that on these guys. I'm talking about expose per se, because back then it was like these evil people, so you did all this evil against Nigeria, so now look at, so if we didn't know this, we'll put a panel, all these people will come out and contest election and still be leaders again. But Benga Deboye didn't live long to come and see what Nigeria has become and the criminals that are running that Nigeria today. He probably will be crying in his grave like, oh my God, so I didn't see anything. So I don't know what happened between them. Until we started hearing the screaming in the middle of the night. They are demolishing house. Kilo happen. They said that a dubious dark ball, 3 a.m. in the morning, with over 200 policemen, they invaded the sites of Benga Daniel's wife's plaza, and they started the demolition. I'll show you.
Developer for the building revealed that the demolition of the 5-story building located at Foligbad Street, Ijebu-Ode, was carried out at 3 a.m. on Sunday. Mr. Lawal said that the building, which had been under construction since 2009, had the full approval from the state government and was scheduled for commissioning by the end of September before the demolition, adding that the building had no structural or quality issues. He disclosed that the third floor of the now demolished building was to house the Ogun East Senatorial Office. The demolition comes as rumors proliferate about a raging rift between the incumbent governor and former Governor Daniel, now Senator for Ogun East.
So Benga was there. I'll show you that one.
Ọ̀tá ẹjọ́ ni gómìnà wọn. Ó yẹ kí dàpọ̀ kó wá lọ́sọ̀ọ́ kó wá
You want video?
You see that guy shouting, Otaje ni man you, Otaje ni man you. Everybody hailing him in that place. Then they do their own job, Neo. Nobody say they really care about Ile or anything. No. The OGD that just came there, if now 1,000 naira, at the end of the day, they go cut. But it's a case of the strongest we have to ride the weak. All those out man, you Eleyi still what Eleyi is doing, all those things are just show sympathy. Show of sympathy that is kind of conditional. They're not saying go give them money. That's why his own voice is the loudest. So when they give them money, it will tell them, I'm the one who has been shouting, Otaje, Otaje, Leleyo. How can you give me 2,000 naira? Me that I've been shouting for 2, Because the reason why I said that is, don't let that move you. Because the man they call Otaje, he visited them and it's a different reaction. So you will get what I mean now, right? When Dubious Dapo visited the place, he said, listen, everybody listen. Benga Daniel and his wife should be responsible. They are not above the law. They shouldn't be above the law. They should be responsible. And everybody standing behind him where they were like, yes, sir, it's true, sir. Because he himself go drop money. Benga Daniel that they want to demolish his wife's plaza. And they are there sympathizing with him. He will drop money. The man they are called, this is our governor. Otaji, our governor is the enemy of progress. So our governor is the enemy of progress. So those people saying the same thing. When the governor arrived, they were telling him that he did the right thing. Yeah, yes, sir. Abi is Benga Daniel above the law? No. Because himself go drop money. Situation of Nigeria. So when anybody tell you say they're in a relationship with you in Nigeria, a lot of you don't know that. You are not in any relationship, you are in situationship. Nigerians are not in relationship with their oppressors. They are in a situationship with their oppressors. And it is so unfortunate that they are the losers. But see if I am wrong. Dubious Dapo. Kilo resources.
I held a press conference and I said, we will not allow for this to happen in the state. If you build without approval, if you build beyond your approval, if you don't build in line with our regulations, that building will come down. Now, let's go to this that scheme. First, I can assure you that our physical planning team do not have the responsibility of unmasking who the owner of a company is. It is beyond their calling or their mandate. As far as they know, a company called Datskem had applied for approval to erect a 5-story building. That approval was filed in 2009, way beyond our administration. But sometime in 2022, a contravention notice was sent to the owners of Datskem, regardless of who they are. Nobody cares. You don't have to. In Ogun State and in Nigeria, we don't have a set of laws for the common man and for the VIP. That's not the way it works. There's one law for everybody. Nobody's above the law. And the law is not a respecter of VVIPs or VIPs. So they sent a contravention notice to Datskem, regardless of who the owner of Datskem was, which was not their priority. After they sent that contravention notice in May 2022, they sent a stop order notice to Datskem saying, you are in contravention. Stop working on this project until you come and correct these contraventions. They followed that stop order with another stop order. Again, they sent 3 stop orders. They sent a violation order. They sealed the premises. The owners of Datskem, in their minds, must have felt that they were above the law because they were totally recalcitrant. It's marks of impunity. If the Ministry of Fiscal Planning sends you a contravention order, sends you a stop order, sends you a seal order, and you continue with the construction in violation of the safety of all of us in Ogun State. They send you a demolition order. You still did not respond. You begin to sneak into the building at night. You begin to walk there. You begin to attempt to grease palms so that they can overlook your contravention. But of course, the day of reckoning will always come. I want to salute the courage of the men and women of the Ministry of Fiscal Planning. After they had followed all this process, I understand that the owners of Datskem now instructed their lawyers to go to court. Instructing your lawyers to go to court and filing an action does not interpret to a stop order on government. Anybody can file an action at any point in time. The action will even be an action that has no merit. That will be up to the court to decide. When and if the court decides that, then you can now say you are enforcing such action. So you file an action to stop government from carrying out its primary responsibilities. Of course, the law took its course. They went there after several attempts to stop this impunity. Without really, I couldn't care less. The truth is that properties are demolished every day by the ministry. And there's no song and dance about those demolitions. Just because this property purportedly belongs to someone who now say belongs to his wife. Now they begin to misrepresent that, our government is doing this, government is doing that.
Sorry, Dako. Sorry. Mabino ọkọ mi. Jọ̀ọ́. Benga Daniel has now turned to because the property is allegedly to belong to somebody who now knows somebody that belongs to his wife. Now, Benga Daniel be somebody that belongs to somebody that is belong to his wife. Agbára Ọlọ́run tógun bá ń jẹ́ tọlọ́run, ìjà yóò ní parí o. Fọ́dà tí ara yín dáadáa tí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe lè tí ara yín sí. And I hope nǹkan tó kọ̀ sí ìjà yín will further probably help those you have held in bondage in Ogun State. You need to go to Ogun State. And that's why sometimes you just feel like, where person could start from self. Like, when criminals like this are leaders and they have people because of what they get from them, they are walking up and down in squalor, in poverty. They can see them left, right, and center. They can see all the underdevelopment and all of that. And they are telling themselves. You see, when I was in Nigeria, before I understood these guys very well, right? People, it was like a cartel. The purpose is just get the money, share the money, but pretend that you are doing something so that people will think you are doing something. Bring katakata and say you want to come and give them new road, or you want to give them new medical center and the rest. Just keep doing that, but share the money. And there were people that were actually there that were praising, thank you so much, on radio, on Noji TV, any small thing. Let us say thank you to our Gomino Benga Daniel. They have given the people of Aramoko, they have given the people of Abeokuta South to their own paracetamol supply today. Let us say thank you. Let us say thank you to the wife of our governor, our first lady, Yeye Olufunke Daniel. They gave poor people wheelchair. They gave poor people food, and they also gave them glasses. They also checked their BP. Let us say thank you since the emergence of democracy. Our people have never enjoyed thank you or Gagbengada every day. When it was the turn of Irokunle Omamushi, there is no governor like Omamushi. The level he has turned Ogun State. You need to go to Ogun State. They have turned Ogun State, blah, 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 blah. They even built an estate for Bokwari in Abeokuta. They call it a Muhammadu Bokwari estate in Abeokuta. Okay? Just to show, if you see, there is no governor like Amosun. Honestly, I swear. Meanwhile, they are suffering. They are living in squalor. The local government resources are being shared. They don't even see them. These guys are working on, I don't know how to describe it. I'm talking about walking poverty, walking on the underdevelopment. It can't be like they under course. Do you understand? Like it's like Ogun people or my people are actually like cursed with poverty. They glorify it. They appreciate it. Baba? And I was just there like, shut up your mouth. Who you help? Who you help? Do you know how many people that gave job to me? The job of extortion, extorting people and sharing the money. So when Ibekunle Omamushi and the political abracadabra that happened at the time, the people that were saying there was never any governor like Amoshi, then they said, Amoshi is the worst governor because they were looking forward to dubious Dapo. Now, after 4 years, a lot of them are already saying dubious Dapo is the worst thing to happen to Ogun State. Meanwhile, there are others that are saying dubious Dapo is the best thing that happened to Ogun State. Baba, just go to Ogun State. I am from Ogun State, ladies and gentlemen. All right? If I put it on there right now, in fact, I'm going to do that. A quick one. If you put Ogun State on Google Earth, and then you decide to look at Ogun State from the satellite, all right? I'll show you. 24 years of democracy. Go everywhere. Go and see those local government areas. Go and see the health centers. Go and see their inner road. Baba, you go to say na curse this democracy is. In fact, it is actually a curse, this democracy. And there are those who are very rich. Benga Daniel is very rich for stealing Ogun State money. Irokunle Omamushi. He built this massive house and he built underground under that same house in Abeokuta. And it was constructed by Julius Baja. Can you believe that? I mean, constructed by an international construction company. All at the mercy of Ogun State people. It was the same Amoshi that decided to give hand over 1,400 AK-47 guns to the commissioner of police in Ogun State because the man that he wanted to be the next governor of Ogun State didn't become governor. His former friend, political enemy, Dubious Dakpo, was going to be the governor, and he didn't want Dubious Dakpo to have access to those guns. So just 2-3 days before the handing over, Irokunle Omamoshi called and these were guns, they purchased for election, Sure you get? Irokunle Omamoshi called the commissioner of police to come to our Okemoson to come and do what? Excellency, I have a gift for you. Guess what the gift was? 1,400 AK-47 guns with 30 million rounds of ammunition. Listen to me, this is not like, kilo wima yegun. 20 million rounds of ammunition. That's a bullet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The number of bullets almost handed over to the police in Ogun State. Baba, is more than the population of the people of Ogun State. The total population of Ogun State is put at somewhere around 6 million. All right. The number of bullets that the governor of Ogun State, that is the one they use, the one that is left, the ones that they don't know where to give to, and they don't want them to end up in the hand of this new emperor, Dapo. He gave that 20 million round of ammunition. Man, I'll show you. Ogun State, there are some of these paid Olori Burukus on social media. After they've given them stipend to sing the praises of these criminals, living in poverty and glorifying it. All right? Now, this is my search for them. Just say Ogun State. And you can see, check the satellite from the, see it from the, what do you call it? Wait for it to. Now, one moment. So once you begin to go down and begin to say, okay, let's see Ogun State from the satellite. The states where Obafemi Awolowo, the man that remain the sage in the history of Yoruba land. The state that it comes from, right? Now, when you zoom closer, you begin to see enough of what I have been telling you, okay? You begin to see the sparse land. You begin to wonder, are those tar roads? They are not tar roads. They are mostly underdeveloped, inaccessible areas. Places where, apart from those much populated areas that you can say, oh yeah, there are many, what have you here, right? This is the Ogun State where these criminals have been in charge of. Give me a sec, man. Put on for 3D. Now, the point I'm making here is this. The people kind of defend them and they continue to glorify these criminals. They are also victims, though. But now that they, as usual, when they fight, right? Their fight is always about destruction and destruction and destruction. Okay? So when they finish their destruction, they go back to the same set of people, kind of sway them here and there and say, oh, it's going to be different this time around. Let us go this way again. That's why I hope that what David was proposing earlier will actually come to pass. It is going to save a lot of you from this generational damnation that put these criminals as those in charge. I'll save the rest of my info because it seems that we have shared enough tonight. So I want to take calls. Okay. So I'm going to go and get go and make some extra cup of tea now. Then I will open the line. The number is on your screen. All right. You can use that to be part of this conversation on the phone. But before all of that, okay, take a moment and like the broadcast. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And when I get back, your call may be the one I'm going to pick next. Don't go anywhere. So I have a caller, by the way. Hello there.
Yes, so hello, Mr. Mayegun, long
Hello,
time.
ma.
Mhm.
It's been a while.
Eja Kankele, this is Elato. Yeah.
Our lady
Ah,
Olatone on the seats now, I'll
yeah,
say. How are you, ma?
yeah. I'm fine. From Texas. I'm
From
fine.
Texas. Beautiful. Please
Yes.
go ahead, ma.
I tried calling you the other time when I think after the election, I wasn't able to get through because I was so, after the result of the election, this one that this charity they did. And I'm like, what is happening? Like everybody was just confused. Everybody was just went into a gloomy mood. It's like, we don't even know what to do. And this man is riding high just like that. Then again, my concern now is what is the essence of this America? Because I look at them as a Kenyan and they are trying to kind of use Kolu as Komalu, just the way
They have compromise on him, ma. So everything that America wants, they can be rest assured that he will approve, even if it's going to be to the detriment of Nigerians.
Yeah, we can see, but why I'm so bothered is that we can see the way they are treating Trump now. That's supposed to be a former president of America. If they wouldn't take that shit, ìlú tiwa, wọ́n hide there, wọ́n promote. Who does that? America should be a place. I mean, I'm so disappointed at them. Jesus. So what do we do now?
Now that manipulating all of us at some point, but well, they should try. We're waiting.
Because now they want to release all these exhibit and whatever. Are they now going to? My question is, ṣé wọ́n máa try láti bá Tinubu cover up ni or what? Will they do that when they can't do that for their own president? Or they are trying to avoid the situation of France or what? Kó má dàbí ti Niger àti France. Mo ṣáà ń try láti wo ibi tó fẹ́ save face wọn sí because I'm so bothered with that America. Pé ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ sọ pé wọ́n convict ẹ̀ ni o àbí gbogbo nǹkan tí David Hundeyin ní tẹ́lẹ̀ is not right or what? I don't really get it.
Well, time will tell. They will be releasing 500 pages every month from October. So maybe when they release the first one, that will answer a lot of our questions, like our suspicion or our own whatever. So we'll begin to now say, okay, it's getting clearer where this is actually headed. And we can easily call their own bluff. The moment we sense that share wine in one. What be this?
Yeah, we need to call their bluff because what did Panama do? Kí ni bọ̀bọ́ tó wà ní Panama in Noriega tó ń gbé tó ń make sure kó kú? Bẹ́yẹn. Kí ni nǹkan tó ṣe? They do not like them. Like, I mean, wrong now. Our own country, gbogbo image wa, ká wá gbé sí orí Exco in Pablo Escobar. And you guys are ratifying it. You are endorsing him. You are promoting him. Yeah. Imagine telling us like he's going to come and ring the bell in NASDAQ.
The closing bell is going to ring that on the 20th of September, according to them. I mean, I would expect so many Nigerians to actually show up and say, no, how could you let this happen? But,
that's what I expect from us.
Show that displeasure. All those who are in New York. Somebody sent me a message, Mark. Remy is, she was in New York yesterday or today. I'm not so sure that they were asking people to show up, to come and show solidarity. I'm still waiting for the video to see how people actually welcome her in New York. Yes, she's still in America right now.
We are in trouble because this can be Chile to Mama Chile. I don't get it.
Mommy, thank you so much. Let me take another one, ma.
Thank you so much.
It's really good to hear from you. Very good to hear from you.
Bye.
You stay safe, ma. All right. So I have another caller on the line here. Hello there.
Hey, Mr. Mayego.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yes, man. Yeah, not too bad. How are you today?
Very well. Thanks for asking. And
yeah, I love listening to you.
Thanks, man.
My wife thinks you are a good storyteller, but I think you are a good researcher.
Oh, thank you. It could be both anyway, because if everything's, I mean, if I sound like a good researcher or a good storyteller, I mean, a good researcher should be a good storyteller if it's your story. So I think it could be both. Thank you.
I think it's our story.
Yes.
And I think my advice is going to be that if you got a bachelor's degree, please, if you have a bachelor's degree, please, I want you to do a research proposal to any of the university in Scotland.
Okay. It's all about time. I've wanted to do that.
Your topic of research, don't base it on just Nigeria because they're going to deny you. Base your topic of research, right, broad on ECOWAS.
Right.
Then while you're doing the ECOWAS now, you make Nigeria as the main focal point.
Right.
Because I think with what I've listened to you, I've been at your program for so long, right? And I think as an international and as criminologist, right, I think you've got the potential to have a PhD.
Right.
I even to become a professor in your field of knowledge. You are so knowledgeable when it comes to Nigeria, when it comes to Africa.
Thank you.
What I appreciate about you is your ability to do research, to research on all your program before you come on board.
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that, by the way. So it means I have to keep it up and improve on it until it's actually become so normal.
I'll be glad. And talking about the Nigerian problem, right?
Yes, sir.
I was on Arise Television the other day. I think yesterday when Daily Fatin Roti, I think it's someone you know very well. That was saying that Nigerians that come abroad, right, run away from Nigeria, they are all cowards. You understand what I'm saying now? Because we should have stayed behind and fight the system. I think.
Sorry to cut you short, right? Do you know I am actually working on a particular program that I want to introduce to all of us here. It's going to be, if you are a Nigerian, whether you are still Nigerian or you have become an American or you've become whatever you've become, right? I want people to come and share their story. What really prompted you to that day to say, this is it, I've had enough, I'm leaving this country. So when people begin to tell their different stories, maybe people can begin to connect.
Mayego, that's going to be excellent. Look, myself speaking to you, right? I've been in the UK for 40 years. I'm in Nottingham. I'm Chris, right?
Chris, thank you, sir.
Yeah, aka Besu, yeah. I've been here for 40 years, right? But in the past 30 years, before Buhari came to power, right? I've always spent more time in Nigeria than I spent in the UK. But from the very first day Buhari came to power, can you believe I've not been to Nigeria up to now?
Why?
Because my lifestyle. My lifestyle,
are just saying.
Wow. Yeah, my lifestyle and the situation of things, right, will not allow me to go to Nigeria because it's either I lose my life while in Nigeria, if I'm not kidnapped, because I'm one of those guys, right, Mayego? I will leave Lagos, right, 4 a.m. in the evening, traveling to Delta. I'm an Yoruba man from Delta.
Yep.
But I grew up in Yoruba land. I was born in Ibadan. I've only speak Yoruba in my life. I can't even speak my language. I speak Yoruba. But I've always traveled to Delta, right? I leave Lagos sometimes 6 o'clock in the evening to travel to Delta. I would drive.
You know, the daredevil. Like, are you?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have 2 lives? How dare
I don't have 2
do
lives.
you have another life you save somewhere?
You're
the kind of person, right?
No, the night is more safer than the day. Then, when Buhari came to power, I can't try that shit. So that's why I never went to Nigeria.
See?
So I just said myself, right? It's either I remain alive or if I want to kill myself, go to Nigeria. You can be daredevil. I'm very nocturnal. Even while I'm in Lagos, every time I'm in Lagos, right? Yeah, I go out.
Do you feel like it was one of the best decisions you took without regrets? I mean, looking back now, 8 years after, that you now, like, you know.
Without regrets, yes, without regrets.
You have no regrets.
Yeah, I have no regret. But now, I think I'm having, but the only problem I'm having now is that the Labour Party that people think is the redemption party, right?
Yes, sir.
Have not been a very good opposition. All Labour Party is banking on, right, is becoming president. But look, you have to be an opposition, a viable opposition before you become a president of Nigeria, before you win anything You know what I'm saying? Look at the tribunal thing that just took place now, right? Everybody's coming. If you look at all the television channels, right?
Yes.
APC have paid the television station, right, to moderate, to bring their people, right, to come and explain the outcome of the election tribunal, right? Labour has not come out. None of their lawyers has come out to explain what really happened, what the judges analyze, nothing like that.
Just and if you look at the judgment, politicians coming up to come and start.
Yes, and if you look at the judgment, right? Yes, it's not like Labour Party bring any evidence. They brought evidence, but the courts refused them to present their evidence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's coming out to explain to anybody. So to me, Labour Party is not being a very good opposition. You know what I'm saying?
Let them forget about this. They thought that Labour Party would be like the Malema Party in South Africa. Like they will always be there calling these people out. Even if they are just 10 people in the house, they will continue to always, right?
There's nobody like that. I'm going to tell Labour Party, I'm on the bit yet, right? But let's forget about this. Let's forget about this election. Right. It's gone. If they go to the Supreme Court, it's gone. There's nothing they can do about it. About the 2/3, about the 25% of Abuja or whatever, let's forget about it. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Because Tinubu, the APC, right, has managed, right, to establish themselves. Right? Even all what they're saying that some documents from America and all these things, right, it's all been doctored by the CIA or whatever, because America got their pipeline project from Nigeria to Europe, right? They need to maintain that project. And Tinubu can secure that project for them. They spend more than $25 billion to lay the pipeline, the gas pipeline. Don't forget, America is involved. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing Nigeria can do about this, right? When that report of
the records, they want to
it's going to favor Tinubu, they will doctor it. Let's forget about that nonsense.
Chris.
You know what I'm saying? So, Mayego, I've been very glad to be a part of your program.
Me too.
You've been a very center point, right, of educating us about Nigeria. Though I know about Nigeria more than you, what you think. But
I managed to captivate all of you to sit down and see somebody who can piece the whole story together and make a body of it.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much, Chris.
No, I appreciate you very much. About your Yoruba Union, right? I'm going to pay about £200 to your PayPal account tomorrow for that guy that never had legs. You know, the guy you put on Facebook, on your channel, that never had no legs, and the guy's legs were getting rotten.
I know.
I was moved by that, right? I saw that yesterday.
Guess what, right? Last year, from the beginning of this year, we're able to touch the lives of over 6,000 school children, right? Not only that we gave them school uniform, we gave them books and all that. We had to clear debts like school fees or even pay for some others because the ridiculous money that is they're asking, that is denying our little kids, right, from accessing at least any kind of education that is available. You know what I mean? It's so bad.
Yeah.
1,500, 2,000 school fees, 3,000 unpaid. And
I know. Is that bad?
Your support is going to go a long way. That's the point I want to make.
If I show you my Lempi account, right, in 1 month, I've spent more than £1,500 to people in Nigeria.
I believe you because I'm also in that same shoe. But thank you.
And
so much.
Finally, have you got the latest news that the Seriki of Lagos has been indicted? Emefiele implicated him. I
was surprised though. You know, I'm doing another thing. Another thing I'm actually working on behind the scene. Until the day I'll come here and I'll be blazing. It's all this new latest discovery on this Emefiele. Are they real or is this Dasuki?
No, it's real.
Are they? Well, I haven't figured all of them out. I've been seeing all the news, by the way. I haven't.
No, it's real. It's real. It's the abuse of power. Listen.
Yes, sir.
You see, if you know the Fulani hegemony, right? If you are very close to them, right? I've told you before now. Remember, I came on your program years ago, right? That I told you I know Buhari very well. He used to live in Jabi Road in Kaduna. His in-law, Nasiru, was my very good friend. I used to visit Buhari. I know Buhari very well. One on one. I know Buhari very well. He's a very shy.
Grew up in Kaduna.
Yeah. So I know the Fulani. I know the way they behave, right? Everywhere there's an Hausa people, right? There's a Fulani man that's going to be their governor. That's what they call them, the Seriki.
Just have to be.
You know what I'm saying? And all they do, right, make up to the president. Remember when Buhari was in power, right?
Yep.
Any Fulani man you arrest, bandits, right? the police, we have to release them immediately.
That's
Remember,
right.
Edo